I hate change. Well, maybe not me so much, but that statement I used to hear on a regular basis. And probably because I was the one making change happen. For many, many years, I worked with small businesses and large to help them go through massive change, all in the process of getting better, becoming healthier businesses, becoming more profitable, functioning better, have better working teams. And constantly people would say, "But Michael, I hate change. And all you're doing is bringing about change." I got thinking about this the other day. Like, I have not heard that particular statement in a long time. And I got thinking about why. I mean, we have just collectively as a globe gone through going on 7 months in the US, longer in other countries, of the most radical, uncomfortable, difficult, horrible change. So why aren't we saying, I hate change? I wonder if it's because we know we have been going through this collectively. Like we're all having this shared experience, which is traumatic. So maybe by saying I hate change, it's kind of like, yeah, you and the other, 400 billion people on the planet. So what makes you so special that today you decide you hate change? And so when we have this maybe recollection that we have this shared global experience, now, it's not 100%, obviously. There's differences. People have lost people. They've lived in worse scenarios than maybe other people, but still, we're all suffering from fear. Maybe we know we see the light at the end of the tunnel, but you know, when we think about this collective change that we're all going through, I wonder if we really still hate it or if we're actually getting used to it. I mean, let's be realistic. None of us, I think, truly believe that one day it's going to be the world exactly like it was before. And that's partly because, I mean, we've spent a year where we'll cross the street to not walk next to somebody, even though, it's a briefing passing second. There's all these fears that we have built up over the course of a year or more, depending on where you are in the world. And during that time, part of those things are going to be a part of our new normal that are not going to be pleasant. But I think on the flip side, at the same time, we have spent a year trying to let our brains operate in a different way. When we knew that we couldn't have what we wanted, or the experiences that we wanted, or the quality of life that we wanted, we had to figure out how to deal with it, some better than others. And it's been really, really trying, especially for those who suffer from other, you know, depression, other feelings of loneliness and solitude. But the people that are still progressing and moving forward are creating new neural pathways. I mean, we are learning to be nimble, maybe not as fast as we'd like to, maybe not because we wanted to, but because we have to out of necessity. And as we think about those new neural pathways, I think about it like an athlete who's out on the field training to know that the ball may come one direction and your competitor may come at you the other, and you have to decide which way to switch your direction quickly. That creates opportunity for us. And I think what's interesting to me is over the last 9 months, especially, I've woken up with new ideas, new concepts, different ways to keep my business nimble, not only to survive, but to let it thrive and grow in this really crazy changing environment. And, when we think about where we're going, I like to think about the fact that we're growing these new pathways in a way that will actually make us more nimble in the future. That even though we know we face some challenges, such as the fact that we know that many people will not return to a traditional workforce environment or workplace environment. So we're going to miss out on some of those social interactions, but we're figuring out other ways to have them. And that's the nimbleness that I want you to think about this week. And it's my motivation for this week is that when we actually embrace the change, not that you like it, but that you recognize right now how much you have accomplished this last year, how much you have grown, how many things you have faced that you did not want to face, but you did. What were the learnings in that? What were the neural pathways that were being developed that allowed you to be more flexible, allow you to adapt, allow you to grow in a time where it didn't feel like growth could be possible. And let's reflect on those because we've created new ways for our minds and our hearts to think. And when we embrace that, we will find even more opportunity. We know that no matter where we are in the world, the next few months are still going to be very challenging. We don't know everything that's going to happen, but we do see so many positives returning. I don't want to lose sight of the fact that we have gained also during this time. Embrace what you have gained, recognize it, give it a voice, give it credibility to say, that is something that I see I accomplished in one of the most trying times I could have ever imagined in our world. And when we embrace that, I think maybe from then on, you won't say so much, I hate change, but you might say, I embrace new opportunities. I hope you guys have a great week.